Hey, what's up? I'm back. I haven't done a video in a while, but I decided that, I had the day off. I mean, the school day is over, but, I had the day off today, so I decided I might as well make a video. It rained outside, and I was thinking about doing a trick tip, but I can't, so I'm gonna do the closest thing I can do, and I'm just gonna give tips for beginner skateboarders, and also beginning skaters. You should check out my channel for my reviews, because those will be a good help to you also. So there's a few things that I wanted to talk about before I get into it. This video isn't going to necessarily be like how to do tricks, really. Like I said, it rained outside and it's all wet and just nasty, so I can't really skate. So, yeah, just like general tips and things that you should know. So, the first thing is regular and goofy and other stance-related things. Regular, which is what I am, so I've got a tech deck here to demonstrate on, means you've got your left foot in front and your right foot in back, and you always push with your back foot. Do not ever get into the habit of pushing with your front foot. That's like sort of, I mean, it's alright in switch, sort of, but you should try to break the habit as soon as possible. I've actually been working on that lately. I'm getting much more comfortable doing switch tricks. That's something that you should try to do as soon as you can. Like after you've got ollies and a few regular tricks down, you should try to learn switch tricks. But I'll talk more about that later. But then goofy, obviously, means that you ride with your right foot in front and you push with your left foot. The reason that you shouldn't push with your front foot is that it makes you unstable, and you can't go nearly as fast as you would be able to with pushing with your back foot. Also, it causes you to fall more. You also can't like run and jump onto your board, like do caveman's type things as well, and those are just like little fun things to mess around with. Sorry. And also, it looks like crap. I'm not gonna lie. It makes you look like an idiot. I'm sorry. I just need to put that out there. So, I'm sorry if that offends anybody, but you need to hear it soon so that you can break the habit. Also, colleges won't accept you if you push Mongo, and you'll get fired if your boss finds out that you push Mongo, and if he knows before he hires you, or she, not trying to be sexist here, okay, don't, they won't hire you. Yeah, don't push Mongo. So, like I said, Mongo just means pushing with your front foot. Oh, next thing is front side and back side. So for regular and switch and fakie tricks, it's all the same. Nollie, it gets a little weird, but I'll talk about that after I explain the rest. So, for frontside, for the three that I just said, regular, fakie, no, actually no, I'm not going to get into that yet. I just want to clear up the difference between nollie and fakie. Actually no, I'll tell you what switch is also. So switch is just when so if you're regular, you ride goofy. If you're goofy, you ride regular. Fakie is when you ride switch, but then you do the trick at the front, on the nose. So for me, this is regular, with my foot on the tail, so I do an ollie like that. Then a fakie ollie would be like this. So my right foot on the nose, push with my left foot, and go like that. Then nollie is you ride regular and you do the trick on the nose. And nollie is a lot harder. Some tricks are actually easier nollie, sort of. I'm better at... hang on, I need to wait to explain that, actually. Some tricks are easier nollie and switch. Like, I can do frontside shove-its better switch than I can regular. There's a bunch of things. Some people find heel flips easier switch. I don't know. You'll figure it out for yourself. Yeah, so nollie's like on the... It means it's just a nose ollie. Riding regular, pop on the nose. So, nose ollie. Okay, so front side and back side. That's something that really confuses people. So backside means you pop with the tail, you scoop behind you, and when you scoop behind you, the board goes in front of you. In front, so it drifts forward. Front side is obviously going to be the opposite, so you push it out, and it goes behind you. However, it switches for nollie. So for a nollie backside shove it, and I'm better at nollie backside and switch frontside shoves than I am at regular and fakey frontside shoves. But so nollie backside would be you push the tail in front of you, and then it turns the 180 with your back foot, and then yeah, and then nollie frontside, you scoop it, goes in front of you. Yeah. So that's that. Another thing that you have to recognize, that you have to think about with skateboarding, if you haven't really gotten like fully into it yet, is that you have to realize that it's not going to be just like a sport. It's something that like kind of it doesn't like take over your life. It doesn't like, it's not bad like that. That seems kind of weird. No, but it's like it affects like every aspect of your life. Like after you've been skating for a while, you're like seeing everything as like, oh, is that skatable? Is that ledge grindable if we waxed it? Oh, how many stairs is that? Eventually, you'll actually be able to know how many stairs there are without even trying to count it. So it's like, it affects your thinking and everything, and it's not even it's kind of interesting actually, because it like changes your perception of the world. Actually, it's something that you kind of have to experience for yourself to know what I mean. A lot of skateboarding is mental, and like kind of like with ledges and stuff and like drops, it's like convincing yourself to like go down it and like commit to your trick. But then there's other things like learning tricks. So some people like tell themselves that like when they're learning a trick, it's like, oh, it's something completely new. Like say that you're learning backside 180 kickflips, or backside flips for short. Most people call them backside flips. So say backside 180 ollies and kickflips. Some people like to just think about it, okay, it's a new trick, I just got to think about all the elements as something different. And that works for them, I think, because they're not like confusing it with the other two tricks, because it can be very different. However, for me, I think of it as just two tricks that I already know and just putting them together. Or if it's a trick that, I know one part of and I don't know the other part, I just think of it as, oh, well, it's this with a slight variation, and that way it just kind of helps me keep like a positive attitude, and I know that if I actually just put a little effort into it, I'll be able to do it easily, and I just got to I think it that way. Once you start learning stuff, like after you've learned ollies and like shove-its, and you start like combining tricks, like you'll probably learn varial flips along the line and big spins or whatever. Like I said, this isn't a trick tip, but like eventually you'll kind of get to the point of where you can like think about that, and you just got to figure out which one works best for you. Some tricks don't work that way because like they're entirely new, like when you're first learning ollies or when you're first learning shove-its. Those are two tricks that are just like totally new. There's that. I'm kind of rambling now. Yeah, so you gotta kind of figure out what thought process works for you best, I guess. And oh yeah, another thing I wanted to talk about is like some like kids, when they decide that they're gonna like get started with skating, they like try too hard to not be a poser, which I think is a word that gets thrown around like way too much. It's really annoying. Just don't worry about it. Do what you have fun doing. Don't like rush to call. Don't like use that as your default insult either, because that's just stupid. Because then it just like starts losing its meaning, and it doesn't like actually, it doesn't mean what it originally meant. So yeah, just kind of let yourself have fun. If somebody's like wrong about a trick, don't call them a poser. I've seen that happen a bunch of times. It's just like, it just gets annoying, actually. Don't be, like, overly judgmental in that form. Don't, like, some people when they first start, they, like, try to, like, jump in and try to be, like, hardcore, and they advertise the fact that they skate. You don't have to do that. It doesn't have to be, like, the only thing that defines you. Eventually, it may be. Eventually, it probably will. It'll just kind of get there on their own. It just kind of gets, like, into your system. And, yeah, don't rush it. When you're learning tricks, a lot of people, like, start stressing out if they can't learn kickflips really fast. That's one of those tricks that you really can't rush. It takes time. Sorry, I'm just kind of, like, fidgeting with rubber bands. I gotta think about it. It takes time to learn how to do that trick. And if you try to rush it, you won't be able to do it well. So don't rush tricks. I suggest trying to learn switch tricks as soon as you can. But, yeah, don't let me boss you around and doing stuff that you don't want to do. Like I said, just have fun. Oh, and I think the best advice that I can give you is something that I say to, like, everybody, and I think this is something that helps a lot in, like, any situation in life, and this is just a guaranteed way to just, like, help yourself have fun and relax. Don't take yourself too seriously. I'm not trying to use that as an insult, and I'm not saying that, like, oh, you're not good enough to take, to be serious about it. I'm just saying, like, you know, don't, like, you know, try too hard to make a career out of it. Just, like, do it, have fun. If you're not having fun with something, don't do it, do something else. Do it you have fun doing, just don't be a dick, because that's might be fun for you, but not anyone else. So, yeah, if you have any comments or questions, or you want me to make another video that addresses some other aspects, leave a comment. Make sure to subscribe, and yeah, ask me if you need any tips, request videos for sure. And I didn't get in any entries for last week's thingy, the little, what's it called, contest, I guess, what I was gonna, call it, like, the what's the best and what's the rest, because, one of the, things that you'll eventually run into, one of the famous quotes that you'll eventually run into when you're skateboarding is, ride the best, fuck the rest. So, what's the best, what's the rest, why? And I'm going to kind of be Raylu and Joshing with this and leave an interesting or creative response in the comment section. Alright. Peace. Keep shredding. Don't be a dick. And don't be too serious. Have fun. Do whatever you want. Bye.